Just move me over there, Yoda. Hello, my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, Megan Chan Vlogs, where I talk about fitness, travel and dogs. Today I'm in Sanur Beach in Bali and I'm at like the end of my travels for the summer. It is sad times. So it's the 4th of September today. I've got all of my Australia vlogs to come out before this, so I imagine this will come out like sometime in the winter. But I've been travelling since the beginning of June, so my sister and I have been to Thailand, Australia and now Bali and Lombok Islands. We're going to Bali airport today. We don't fly until tomorrow, but the traffic in Bali is awful. So we've got a pod hotel in the airport tonight. So I'm doing an unpack with me video because I just thought it'd be interesting to see like any differences, what I thought about like the things I packed and stuff. I packed for hand luggage only, so I have the Eagle Creek Global Companion in 40 litres, which unfortunately you can't get anymore. It's discontinued and it's really sad because it's a 40 litre backpack, so it fits the carry-on dimensions, opens up like a suitcase, really like you can use the space really well, but Eagle Creek have discontinued it. So I don't know if you can get it on like resale sites, but I've got my Eagle Creek Global Companion. I've had to check it every time because the weight limits around here have been 7 kilos. So, I mean, I personally can't get 3 months worth of stuff in 7 kilos, including your personal item. I've got baby Yoda. We decided to get plushies, so Rhiannon's got Alfie the Dinocorn, and I've got baby Yoda and he fits in the side pocket of my personal item. My fanny pack is still the Pack Safe Go Sling, I think they call it. Really good fanny pack, absolutely disgusting now because it's in light pink. So I'm going to stick it in the washing machine when I get home and hope for the best. That was my rope alarm going off. And then I've also got my personal item. So when I travelled out here I had the Pack Safe Eco 25 litres, but I got this City Safe in Sydney because you can actually buy Pack Safe bags like in the shop in Australia, to replace it, and then sent the other one home just because I preferred the style of this one. So this is what I have instead. So this is only like 17 litres I think. Weighs an absolute ton because it's got my iPad and my MacBook in. So, and then also something that I don't have on at the moment is my trainers because I'm gonna like wear them later on, but it's really warm in here because we're in Indonesia, it's like 30 degrees. So I'm gonna go through my backpack, unpack everything and just like go over what I think I did well, what I think I can improve on. I actually think I've nailed the clothes packing now. It doesn't reflect what I've got in here, so I'm just going to read it off my phone. But I think I've nailed it now. Oh, this was my water bottle from Epic Filters. So this is just a Hydro Flask water bottle holder, which has been really useful. So it had more stickers on, but they've come off. But inside, it's got a filter. You can drink tap water all around the world. It has to come from like a running water source. You can't fill it up from a river, but it saves loads of money on bottled water and like saving plastic and stuff. This is the jacket I'm going to wear on the plane. It's going to be warm, but they won't fit my bag. And then this, random place to start, but this is a blanket in a pillow. I'm going to try and get it on the plane, so I'm having to take everything back hand luggage only because I'm flying Bali to DMK, which is an airport in Bangkok, and then getting a grab across Bangkok and flying from BKK to Heathrow. So I'm going to try and get everything on hand luggage because if they lose the bag going from Bali to DMK, there's literally no way I'm getting it back because I'm flying out of a different airport. So I'm going to like loop this around the handles of this and hope that I get it on, just because it's really handy to have on a flight because like inside is a blanket. And it's been really useful because I really like a flat pillow to sleep on. So I've used it as a pillow, used it as a blanket when I was cold. In the Blue Mountains it was really cold, so I have actually got a new one coming in the post that's a lot more compact, but this will be really good for the flight on the way home. So getting into the main bag, so as I said, this is the Eagle Creek Global Companion in 40 litres. Oh, quite heavy. I've got on a flight cover, so just because it's a backpack, if I'm checking it I put a flight cover over it because so like the straps don't get broken or anything. I'm going to start off with the outside pockets because they're easiest to get to. In the top pocket here I've put some micropore on here, and then I've been writing my name, whatever my local phone number is, depending on what SIM I have, and then like the flight number that I'm taking, because if the flight cover comes off, like obviously my details are on like the outside, so in case it goes missing. In the top here, I have what I call my nighttime pouch. So in here I've got a sleep mask, earplugs, which are definitely needed on Lombok Island because there's mosques that are really loud at like 5 AM. A little pouch to put my jewellery in, a charger cable, earphones, things like that. So this is just like anything I need for sleeping at night time, especially in hostels. I've then got like a selection of padlocks, so I'd recommend taking like different types of padlocks because lockers can be tricky. So I've got like a thick one. I've got, not in this pocket actually, I wonder where they've gone. Like more like cabley padlocks, because sometimes lockers are like hard to get through. And then randomly I've got my exfoliator glove in here because it was drying on the rack outside when I packed. I didn't have this when I came out here. I bought it in Thailand somewhere because I just found it really useful to have an exfoliating glove, because when you get all like pollution and sun cream and everything like building up on your skin, it's nice to be able to exfoliate. And then I've got my ID thing on the top that you can just see my name, but then when you unhook it, like it's got all my details on, so you're not flashing it like day to day. I've got carabiners on the top, always useful for hooking things onto. And then with this bag, you can bring the zips together here and padlock it into the hole here, which I would, like if I was traveling anywhere. And then it's got 2 front zippy pockets. So this one here, we had a bit of an issue with the zip earlier on because I squeezed too much coffee in. But this is my coffee pocket and this is my tea pocket. So in the coffee one, I have this collapsible pour over because I can't drink instant coffee, it's horrendous. So I travel with my own coffee stuff. So I've got a pour over, I've got a cotton filter paper, and then I've just got like ground coffee in here so I can have fresh coffee every morning. And then also I have this from Sea to Summit that I got in Rome when the hostel didn't have any mugs. It's just a collapsible mug, which is really useful because then you can, if you've just got a kettle in your room and like tiny mugs, you can make coffee. I had a taco bowl out of this as well, so that's been really handy. We'll definitely take that away again. And then this side, as I said, is tea. So I just have tea bags here. So I've got Yorkshire tea, biscuit brew, bedtime brew. The department store David Jones in Australia has different varieties of Yorkshire tea, so that's where I stocked up. So in here you've got like different little pockets, which I haven't been using. I've got an air tag in one of them somewhere. Don't know where it is now. It's in one of these pockets that I just use to track my luggage, but apart from that, I don't use them to separate anything. And then you've got a mesh pocket at the front as well. So in here, I've got a collapsible Tupperware. Really, really useful when you're traveling because you can like make food for the next day, store food in it, and then it just collapses back down again. Especially useful in Australia when the food was like a bit more expensive. I'm from the UK and we're going through a cost of living crisis at the moment and everything is horrendously expensive. So actually, Australia wasn't too expensive. Crisps and alcohol, that's expensive, but other than that, you're good. And then in this little Ziploc bag that will not stay shut, I have this, which is a bikini bag. So you put wet bikinis in here and then like if you've been to the beach and you can put it in your backpack and everything else stays dry. And then I've just got food bags in here, really useful for travelling about, so you just won't stay closed. I need to get me one of these. And then in the main backpack, so I've got this backpack, Yorkshire flag. On the bottom here is a shoe compartment, but I actually don't have my Tevas in there at the moment. They're in the main backpack just because it packed better that way this time. So this is the feature of it opening out like a suitcase. So I'm just real sad that they've discontinued it because it's such a fantastic backpack. Anyway, so it opens up and it's got 2 compartments. This one's slightly bigger because it doesn't have like all the front pockets. So in this side, I've been keeping my clothes and my toiletries, and then this side I've been keeping all the other bits. So on the top, I have, this is my Finding Nemo shower bag. So I picked this up in Vancouver last summer, and it's just really good because it folds flat and it's really useful for taking to hostels when you've got a shared bathroom and there may be no hooks in the bathroom, there may only be one hook, and you just put everything you need in here and it means your clothes don't get wet. And also it's Finding Nemo, which we love. And then I've got 3 packing cubes of clothes. So all of my clothes for 3 months of travel are in these 3 packing cubes. So I've got 1 for underwear, 1 for tops, 1 for bottoms. I have the Eagle Creek Isolate, I think they are, clean dirty. So you have one side that's clean, one side that's dirty, and this means that laundry doesn't take up excess space because you just put it back in the same packing cube. So I'm not going to go through the clothes that I've got. I'm going to go through a master list that I've made on my phone of what I think for me is like the perfect packing list for clothes. So, oh, also this phone cover I've put in like a wrist guard thing, so I can like have it around my wrist so that it's not like pinched out of my hand. And then this little flap on the back you can put cards in, and it's not RFID blocking, so it means you can put like hostel room cards in and just like zip your phone up against the door to get in, which is fantastic. So clothes tops wise, 5 camis, 2 t-shirts, 1 warm vest, 1 long sleeve top, 1 rash vest so you don't get burnt when you're snorkeling, 1 jacket, so I've got my merino jacket with zip pockets from Rohan, very good. 1 coat, I've got a packable like duffel coat from Uniqlo. 1 waterproof, I've personally got a poncho because then it goes over my bag as well. 1 sarong, so you can use it as a beach cover up and like as a towel as well. A UV shirt, so like a really lightweight shirt just to block the UV if you don't want to put sun cream on or if you've been burnt. And then 1 buff, like a merino buff because it keeps you warmer. Bottoms wise, a pair of leggings that I'd normally travel in. So I've got the Sweaty Betty Power leggings. I got them off Vinted in case like they got shrunk in the wash or something when I was travelling, and I fell over in Tasmania and ripped the knee, which Rhiannon has sewn up for me, but I'm very glad I didn't take my like expensive leggings. 2 pairs of zipped shorts, so like shorts with zip pockets that I can also use to run in. 1 pair of like biker shorts with like pockets in the side. A pair of what I call hostel trousers, which are the ones I'm wearing now that I got from Canada last year, that are just really lightweight trousers that you can put over your pyjamas in the hostel when you're wandering around. And then 1 pair of black trousers with zipped pockets. So I'm wanting the Backpacking Bananas solo trousers, but I don't think they're on sale at the moment. So I'm going to get a pair of like nicer looking black trousers with pocket, and then try and get someone to put a zip in the pockets, and then I can have it as like a nicer outfit. I had my jumpsuit as a nicer outfit, but it just takes up so much room, so I sent that home. And then underwear, I've got 9 pairs of normal pants, so like knickers, 5 pairs of period pants, 2 pairs of merino socks, so they're the smart wool merino socks, so you can wear them like for many days and they don't smell and stuff like that. 1 pair of white socks that I have from Decathlon for running, 1 white bra, 1 black bra. I don't really wear bras that much when I'm traveling, just because I'm like in lightweight things and I normally have like higher neck than this, so I don't need to wear a bra. 1 sports bra and 1 pair of pyjamas. And then shoes wise, I have 1 pair of Tevas, 1 pair of flip-flops and 1 pair of trainers, and that is like all you need. I got some new Tevas which I'll show you because my old ones had no grip on. I also got a new pair of trainers when I was in Sydney. Where have they gone? The ones I showed you a minute ago. They're still Asics. There was an Asics outlet store in Sydney, because the ones that I came with, 1 were white, which is very impractical, and 2 they had no grip on, which is why I fell over in Tasmania. Like my knee still hurts and it was like 2 months ago. So I got some new trainers, but the flip-flops I have are just like Havanas that are really useful when you're in a hostel. So those are my clothes packing cubes. I then have my toiletries bag. So I've been really happy with this toiletries bag. It's a fold out one, which I don't normally use, but I've had it like hanging up in hotel rooms, in hostel rooms when we've had our own bathroom. So in the top here I've got a nail kit, really useful, like nail clippers, tweezers, things like that. I've got my eyebrow gel. So I started off with more makeup. I had like blusher and things like that, but I just don't wear makeup when I'm traveling, so I sent that home. In this bit, which is like more liquids, even though this isn't a liquid, but I've got my shampoo bar. So I've used the Ethique Frizz Wrangler one, which is fine. Like my hair's dry, but I think it's just because I'm in Asia. It's a good shampoo bar. If you get it in your eyes, it stings, but it's really good because you can like, they sell them in Australia, which is why I went with Ethique, because I knew if it ran out I could get a new one. I have leave-in conditioner by Naughty, which I use at home. I've got cuticle oil because I have gels on my nails. Face moisturiser by Glossier, which I really like. I have been using that. Toothpaste, which obviously you need. I've got a little thing of body butter that I picked up in Gilly Tea, which I'm going to have to leave here because I haven't got much space for liquids because I'm flying back hand luggage only, hopefully. Deodorant, because otherwise you'll smell. This is from Australia. My clothes just smell after a while, like even in even when they're not dirty, they smell. I had dryer sheets in my packing cubes, but they sort of like lost their scent. So I've got something called nil odor, which is a concentrated deodorizer. So I've just been putting this in my packing cubes to make it smell nicer. I got some perfume in Melbourne, which is Tommy Girl, so I feel like I'm back in the noughties. I've got a pouch of what I call Reset shampoo, which is Garnier Everyday Cleanse or Everyday Clean or something like that. I use it if like stuff's built up in my hair loads and it just gets rid of it. I've also got a little thing of saline. I use this to wash my knee out when I put it in Tasmania. And then I've also got a face mask. So I had a face mask on the way out for after my long haul flight, and then I've still got one here. And then in the bottom bit, I've got brush, comb, toothbrush, razor, things like that. I've got my menstrual cup like sterilizer thing. Really, really useful, far better than taking like tampons and pads. Inhalers, because my lungs don't work very well. I've got a foot buff because your foot just gets flaky. I'd quite like to get like a flatter, like more travel one, but this is what I've got. I think that's it. Oh, I've got a spare shower cap for putting over my flip-flops, and like little things of floss. I've got hair bobbles and hair grips, which are useful. I've had my hair up most of the time in Bali because I'm trying to like dye the roots of my hair as well as the ends. So that is Toilettries. And then in the bottom lying flat, I have my Dock and Bay beach towel. I started with like another microfiber towel that I was going to use in the hostels, but most of the hostels like gave you a towel, and when you didn't, you could rent them for like $1 or $2. So I sent that back because it was taking up unnecessary room. And then like in the laptop sleeve, I have my dry bag. So it's a 10-litre dry bag that I like take to the beach. I took it kayaking, like it's completely waterproof. So that's what I have in that side. In this side, I've acquired like so many reusable bags, and they are taking up like quite a bit of space, so they might have to be sacrificed for going home. So these are my Tevas. They are the Eva Hurricane ones, and they've got like better grip on the bottom. I sent home my other ones because I wanted ones with like actual grip on, because I was sliding around all over the place in the jungle. I've got my neck pillow, which may have to be sacrificed because I've not really used it. It's really quite big. We shall see how it goes. This is dirty. This is my collapsible puffer jacket. Really, really useful. Like it packs down to so small, but it keeps you so warm if you need. Like I was in Tasmania in their winter and there was snow at the top of Mount Wellington. So this has been really handy. I've got a little pouch with pills like to keep me healthy, like multivitamins, Adcal, things like that. I have been rubbish with taking them. I think I need to bring them like in a pill box next time because I've not done well there. I have a poncho because it goes over like yourself and your bag, and it comes down like further down your legs. I bought this Airlight towel. It's like super, super small, useful for using as a towel, you know. I have then this like random pack of things from Eagle Creek. So I have a microfiber hair towel, again from Dock and Bay. Really useful if you've got curly hair, because normal towels like make your hair go frizzy. I've got the straps for my dry bag, a pair of goggles looking at the fish, a pair of scissors and a glue stick for doing my travel journal. I've then got these soap leaves, so you just put them in a laundry, like a washing machine, instead of like having to carry around detergent. 2 little washing lines. I use the washing lines when I hang my stuff up to dry. A little laundry bag for like when I take all my stuff to the laundry that just goes in the washing machine. A waterproof cover for my phone, which isn't very clear like when you're taking photos, but it's useful to have like around your neck so your phone stays dry. And then a resistance band for doing my knee physio, which I've done I think once in 3 months. I haven't been running though, and that's what normally upsets my knee, which is a shame because when like the day I land in Heathrow at 7 AM, I've actually got running club that evening, and we're running like 6 miles. There's a buffet afterwards, but we're running 6 miles, and the last time I ran that was the day before I flew out here. Anyway, and then I've got my electronics. So this is in a dry bag so it doesn't get wet. So this is very dependent on like what electronics you want to bring with you. But I've just got like camera stuff in here, like GoPro charger, floaty stick, things like that, which if you don't have a GoPro you don't need. And then in this little pouch, so these are padded ones from Eagle Creek, I've got an extension cable that's really useful. I've got these different like duck head adapters for my MacBook charger, so I can just stick it straight into the wall so it actually charges. And then I've just got a selection of cables that, as I say, it depends on what electronics you have. I have brought a HDMI cable to put from my MacBook to like a TV, like there's a TV behind you in the apartment that we're in, because then you can just watch stuff on the TV. It doesn't take up much space, but it's just so nice to have. I've then got this flat handbag from PackSafe. It's just a bit of a nice handbag if you're going out on an evening for food, and then a fanny pack. I picked up this sarong yesterday for, I think it was like £3, that I'm going to use like as a beach cover up, as a towel, so I don't take the towels and take up less space next time. And then I just have my flip-flops like in a shower cap so that they don't get everything else mucky. So that is my main backpack. Whew. And then in my like day bag, again, this very much depends on what you need day to day. So for example, I've got my laptop and my iPad in here. You definitely don't need to take either of those traveling, but like I had work to do on my laptop for my masters. I've edited the Thailand videos as I went along, so that's what I have in there. My MacBook charger with the European adapter on, just a European, oh, so in Indonesia and Thailand you just use European adapters. This is one for my phone that's got a 2-meter cable. I've got my sunglasses in here. I've got my portable charger just in a dry bag so it doesn't get wet. I've got a little purse with a scarf I got from Prizren that I use as like a temple cover up. I've got this, which is like the the universal adapter, so it's got like all the different plugs on, which is useful, but actually they don't stay in the sockets very well, so I think it's actually worth just bringing like a sturdy socket of like each country you're going to. My first aid kit, so I've got paracetamol, loperamide, antihistamines, anti-sickness, Man Alive, the boat in the boat Sundays absolutely broke me. And then I've got things like plasters, anti-back wipes, Savlon, Sudocrem, Macpor, things like that. I've done a whole short on what I have in my first aid bag. Randomly in this little pouch is a Quokka Christmas tree decoration, like all in the like little padded bit I got from Australia Zoo, so that's been in my day bag since so that it doesn't get broken. I've got my Kindle. I've read one book in 3 months, so I essentially paid £100 to read one book anyway. And then in here I've got my important stuff like photocopy of travel documents, spare cards. Like when you're traveling, make sure you take a spare card, like spare debit card if one gets blocked, if a cash point eats it, things like that. Just make sure you've got a spare of everything, like photocopy of passport, things like that. And then in here is my travel journal and stuff to stick in, which I'm going to do before the plane so it takes up less space. And then I've got, this is just like electronics that I have that I want to not check, so things like my hard drives. I've got a spare phone in here in case I needed it, thankfully I didn't. And then just cables I need day to day. And then I also have my towel that I was wearing around my neck. I'm going to try and resurrect it, but I think I went in the sea with it too many times, so it's not currently working. On the handle I have like a tiny microfiber towel that is useful for mopping up any spills as you go. And then it's got a front pocket here as well, so I've just got stuff I need on the daily, like electrolyte tablets, deodorant, glasses. I've got a head torch that I got at the end of a race, but the issue is the battery keeps going in it, so I've actually ordered a new head torch for when I go home. This little pouch, what is in here? Oh, just things like, oh, that's not where my mini toothpaste is. That needs to go in my liquids bag. Mini toothpaste, that would have been useful to find the other day, never mind. And then like wet wipes and things like that. Got my inhaler, more wet wipes apparently, nail file. So yeah, that's just all stuff that I have with me like day to day. And then fanny pack. This has been like a really, really good fanny pack. If the dirt doesn't come out, I might just get it in a different colour because I didn't have a black one and a blue one. So I have passport in the RFID blocking pocket. I've got my GoPro. So I've got my rape alarm, but I think it's broken now because it keeps randomly going off. So that shall stay here. I've got hand cream, anti-bac. I've got these guys that are like little, like leaves. and when they hit water they turn to soap, which is useful when there's no hand soap in the toilet. My purse that's got my AirPods in, and a book. Very, very useful to take wherever you're going. So I think that's everything. Obviously my camera that I'm recording on now is my Canon G7X. I'm surrounded by a little bit of chaos, I will admit. The plan is to go for some lunch somewhere. The people who have this apartment said we can check out late because there's no one checking in today, which is really useful because then we're not just like sat at the airport from like midday. So yeah, I'm surrounded by chaos. This is the current situation. So I'll just like sort everything out for flying back. Thank you very much for watching this video. This is the end of this like year's travel content. By the time that this comes out, I imagine I'll be fully into the swing of work because it will be like presumably nearly Christmas by then. I obviously have travel plans for next year, which I'm excited for already. But thank you very much for following along, and I will see you in the next one.